Okay, so here we are back to insert some holes in that piece here, but I made a mistake in the last video. So let me open up the outliner. Let me select that little cylinder here, and let's delete that. So we need to create another one, a new one, because of the sides of that. That's not a big deal. So let's create a new one here, polygon cylinder. Bring it down, and let's rotate that again in Z 90 degrees. This time we change the subdivision axis to 8, and that was the mistake I did last video. And now let's bring this guy here into the center of that main piece. So hit V, middle mouse over this point, and then we go in and scale that guy down to a size where we want to have it. So this is actually in the end the size of that hole I want to punch in there. So let's do something like this. Okay, larger. Okay, so then move that guy out, and let's select all of those faces of that guy again, and then deselect the center faces, and then delete the caps. So with that cylinder here created, let's move it like we did in the last video, and then let's again take those verts and bring it on the same level as the face here on the side and the other side. Okay, so we fixed that. Now we have to insert some more edge loops here on that main piece. So let's go to object mode, select that, and insert an edge loop. So if you insert it somewhere about here, we take a look at the inputs here, and it has a weight of, let's ease it up to 0.82. Okay, so just remember that number, and add in a split here on the other side, and dial in that number 0.82. So we have the splits here on the exact same spot on both sides, and we do it down below. So insert a split here, and from that number that we had, just 0.82, I know if I want to have the same distance between this point here and the split here, we have to type in 0.18. Alright, and we do the same here on the other side. Insert an edge loop and dial in that number here in the inputs, 0.18. Okay, so now we are ready to connect this together. So to do this, so go to face mode, select 4 faces here on this side and the other side, and delete those. And from here on, if you followed me the whole tutorial, you might know what I'm doing right now. So I select this object and the main piece here, and I say combine. With those combined, we can go in and use our bridge tool. So go to edge mode, select this border edge, double click on that, and select the corresponding border edge here, double click on that as well. Okay, so now go in here under polygons tab and go to edit mesh and check out the bridge tool options box. 3 subdivisions should work fine. Let's apply that. Okay, so something is going on here, so let's try to rotate that bridge here, bridge offset, middle mouse, rotate that. Okay, obviously we have a problem here, and that's because of the normals. Okay, so let me undo that bridge. Let's check out the normals of the object here. So I've got the face normals on and off here on my shelf. You'll find it, I think I showed you that, under display, polygons, and then here face normals. So hit Control Shift and click on that, and you will have that button on your shelf. Okay, so let me turn that on. Okay, that is okay. Yeah, so the problem is that the normals of that cylinder here are sticking outside, so in this direction here. And yeah, let's turn those face normals on and off just to see it a little bit better, and then we select the faces of that cylinder here, and yeah, right now I'm just recognizing that we should have duplicated this cylinder here. So with that, let me just go some steps back here until we are at the point where we combine those two objects. So that's this one here. So now we can show the face normals here, and you see they're sticking out, and so we have to reverse the normals. So if you have that object selected, go to normals and say reverse. Now they're pointing in the right direction. So with that cylinder selected, let's hit Ctrl D to copy that guy, and then just move it out of the way, somewhere about there. And now we do again the step here, select both objects, combine, let's turn off face normals, and then we go here the same step as before, double click on that border edge here, double click on the corresponding border edge, and then use our bridge tool under edit mesh, go to the options, 3 divisions, apply. Okay, this time it's a little bit screwed up, but we can fix that with the bridge offset. So select, click on that bridge offset, and then middle mouse and rotate that until it gets nice and clean here. And this is the one side that worked out well. And now let's do the same here on the back side. So double click on the border edge here, double click on the corresponding border edge, and then go to edit mesh bridge. And again, change the bridge offset here, click on that middle mouse and rotate that like this. Okay, so now we have that piece here, and if you hit a 3, you get a nice rounded hole in there. To shape that out a little bit more, you can go in and say, okay, select this edge here, and then Control right click Edge Ring Utilities and split, and to give it a little bit more definition, set it under the inputs here from relative to multi. And now let's hit select the object, hit 3, and there you go, you get a nice rounded hole. Let me turn off wireframe on shaded. Yeah, in a squared type of geometry. And yeah, I want to repeat this process here. I want to repeat that for yeah, I will put in one hole. Let me turn on wireframe on shaded. I will put in one here and one here, and finally one here, so that we have altogether one. Let me count that: 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have 7. In the end, we have 7 holes in there. Okay. So now you know how that works, and I think yeah, it would be just time-consuming doing this and recording this. So I will do this, and then I'll be back in the next video when I'm done with all the 7 holes. But if you're using the same technique as we used before, and don't forget to copy that cylinder as many times as you want it. And another thing is, when you bring this cylinder, for instance, to somewhere about here, and you bring it in into the center here, you will notice that you have to slightly rotate that guy, yeah, to bring it here into position. So, and that's what you have to do before you do the bridge tool, and before you combine the cylinder with the main object. Okay, so that's something you have to know if you're going on or follow me. But if you don't want to, you just leave the holes, so you don't need them. I mean, like I said before, it's something we don't really want to render. And I mean, if you take a closer look on what I did here, that hole is not perfectly perfect. That's because of the geometry here. So the geometry here is yeah, you get the edges here very close to that hole, and on the left and the right side they're a little bit more far away, so that's giving us this result here. Okay, but in the end, if you take it from up here, and we're going to render this maybe from this point of view or angle of view, so you won't notice that this hole is not perfect. Okay. Alright, so let me pause this video, and yeah, I'll finish the holes up, and then I'll be back.